that was quite literally the lowest moment of the Prophet ﷺ's life, right? There was the physical pain, there was the emotional pain, there was just pain from every single different corner, like we talked about, that one hit after another. That was his life in that moment. And one thing, ﷺ, one thing that stands out to me from that dua, and this is something that I encourage you all to repeat every single time you find yourself in that low, but again, also even when life is going okay, which is when he says, Ya Allah, as long as you are not angry with me, I don't care what I face. Ya Allah, as long as you are happy with me, as long as you are being invited to pray 5 times a day, as long as you are being invited to engage in dhikr, as long as you are being invited to attend your Quran class, as long as Allah is inviting you to the masjid, then I'm good. Well, sometimes I might not feel emotionally good, but I'm content, right? And I'm okay. And I love what comes after that too, is because he says, it's something along the lines of like, however, I would be much happier with your mercy or with ease, right? So he's like, Ya Allah, like you can do what you want, but also I would love ease, and I would love that opening, and I would love for this to not be a thing, right? So to acknowledge too that, you know, it's okay to make dua. You should make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gets you out of that trial, and you know, have that firm belief that He can and He will, inshallah. And then when it comes to just moving forward with hope, and I think it's also important to acknowledge that a lot of the times people lose hope in Allah, and to be blunt, this is something that is considered a sin, because we're not supposed to lose hope in the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, no matter how bleak life gets. It's really important to acknowledge that sometimes, you guys, people lose hope in Allah because they've been in a lot of situations where they have been hurt so much, where it's just kind of like one emotional stab after another, one emotional stab after another. And this is why, subhanAllah, it is so important to have good character in Islam, because sometimes you are contributing to somebody else getting to that very, very low point, so you want to be careful. But when it starts to feel like one thing after another, and you start to feel like you're being betrayed by other people, sometimes what people do is they start to project the hurt that other people have caused them onto Allah. And they cannot separate the fact that people have hurt me, and this is obviously something that Allah has put in the qadr for me, but they start to have anger towards Allah and that resentment towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they start to feel like Allah has left me because maybe other people have left me too. And so it's really important to kind of be able to distinguish between, you know, these are the actions of one person, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves me, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has got my back, and He wants the best for me, and He wants to see how I'm going to respond to that situation. Another thing that's very important to keep in mind is that one thing that we have to do when we're in those lows is we also have to ask ourselves, what might we be doing, what sins might we be committing that would cause us to get in that low? Because yes, sometimes something is purely a trial and we didn't do anything to cause it, and this is just a test from Allah. But sometimes a part of it really is like you're doing too much. And we're all sinners, but you're doing too much. You're missing your prayers, you're making fun of people, you're making people's lives harder than it needs to be, your Quran is gathering dust, and then you sit there, or some people like completely abandoning the deen. It's like you barely do anything, and you're like, well, I'm depressed. Well, of course you're depressed. You are literally going against like the fundamental reason that you're created. I'm literally depressed for you. And so making sure that you are asking yourself, is there anything, and like I said, we're all sinners, but is there something major that I've done that might have caused me to get in this situation, right? For example, let's say that your trial is you don't have any friends, no one really likes you, but maybe you roast people all the time, you yell at people all the time, you're the problematic person in the family, you're the problematic person in the friend group, people think you're a jerk. You caused that, and that's why you have no friends. So to sit there and say, okay, what might have I done to get myself in this situation, and then to take steps towards mending that, right? So what is it that I can improve on? What is it that I can do better? And what is it that I can fix, so that inshallah maybe I can clear up the stains of this trial that are on me right now. So engaging in that reflection. And I think it's also important to keep in mind too, gratitude is one of the most powerful things that we have in this world. We are drowning in blessings, and there has been no time that we have come to that realization more than like the last 2 years. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant our brothers and sisters in Gaza and Sudan and Yemen and all around the world safety and security. We are drowning in blessings, and you know what? One of the blessings that we overlook, our guys, one of them is the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has been taking care of you your whole life. Before you were even a thing, Allah was looking out for you. And when you were 2, Allah was looking out for you. And when you were 12, Allah was looking out for you. And now when you're 22, Allah is also looking out for you. And He's been looking out for you your whole life. So what makes you think that it's going to end here and you're not going to get anything beyond this point? Allah's got your back, and Allah has been providing for you physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually since you were a child. And so knowing that the same way that Allah has taken care of me my whole life, and the same way that Allah took care of the Prophet ﷺ, the same way that Allah took care of Musa ﷺ, the same way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took care of Maryam ﷺ, He's going to take care of me too, and He's got some big stuff in store for me. There are beautiful things that are waiting for you. This is a moment in your life now. The hard moments are a moment of your life now. They are not a reflection of your entire future. And so making sure that you do that, right? You separate the experiences that you've had in this moment from your future, because it's not always what it's going to look like. And then last, and certainly not least, I would just say that one of the most beautiful examples that we have is the story of Musa alayhi salam, and I would encourage you to all really deeply study his story, because he's a prime example of like, things will get heavy, but also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will get you through it. Like we were saying earlier, his life has been a series of moments where it's like really, really stressful and there's a lot going on. And he gets to probably the most anxiety-provoking moment of his life, where he's standing in front of the Red Sea and he's with Bani Israel, he's with his people, and Fir'aun and this mega massive army are right behind them. And you know, Bani Israel look around and they react the way a lot of us are reacting in our lives right now, because we got a lot of stuff going on. What do they say? They say, "Inna lamudrakun." Surely we've been overtaken. Like, that's it, game over, there's no way out. And maybe right now, the voice in your own head is saying game over, or maybe the voice in other people's heads are saying game over for you. Sometimes other people's chatter can get to us too, right? We might tell each other our problems, and people are like, well, what are you gonna do? And how are you gonna provide? And how is this gonna work out? And all that chatter, it starts to affect you, it starts to get to you after a while. What does Musa alayhi salam say? He says, "Kalla inna ma'i rabbi sayahdin." He says no, and kalla in Arabic is like a very, very firm no. It's like a heck to the no. He said, Allah is with me, and He will guide me, and He's going to make a way out for me. And in that moment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we know the story, He commands him to throw down his staff, the sea splits, and Musa alayhi salam did not know that that was coming. Let's make that very clear. You are not going to know what's coming. The question is when you are in that low, and you are in that what's going to come next, can I hold on to my faith? Can I trust that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to get me through it? And can I do it in a way where I'm not self-sabotaging, where I'm not hurting other people, where I'm not drowning in addictions, where I'm not betraying myself in this world and betraying myself in the akhirah, because I know that I am in and out of in this world, and that there is a very, very real day where I'm going to stand in front of Allah and He's going to ask me how I handled this moment in time right now. And if you handle it the right way, and really, all you have to do is try. Allah's not expecting perfection from us, you guys. We are human beings and we are sinners. Allah just wants you to try. When you put your trust in Allah and you do the best you can, whether that means, you know, it always means staying on top of your ibadah, whether that means going to therapy to explore the way long overdue wounds that you may have since childhood, whether that means you coming to the masjid more frequently, it always means coming to the masjid more frequently. Whatever it means, and you try your best, and you see the way that Allah rewards you on the Day of Judgment, and you see what's waiting for you in Jannah, you're gonna wish that every day of your life was the worst possible day that a human being could possibly have. Because it really is just a matter of, can you hold on for these few seconds? Can you hold on for these few seconds? I know it feels like a long life, and sometimes the days drag, but a reminder that we are here, we are in and out of this world. Can you hold on for those few seconds? And if you hold on, and then we add, inshallah, the mercy that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to show us on that day, and you walk into Jannah, and you see, as the Prophet ﷺ said, things that no eye has ever seen, no ear has ever heard, and no heart could ever imagine, it's all going to be worth it. Every single second of it is going to be worth it. So I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants each and every single one of you ease, and I grant that He makes a way out for every single one of us, and I grant that I pray that He allows us to enter the highest level of Jannah together, hand in hand. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.